Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn Just with Mahesh. So on the occasion of World International Yoga Day, so I thought let's club Google Cloud Yoga and per hour rate card. So what is this per hour rate card? So if you are working in basically in kind of a consultation mode or in a freelancing mode, usually every projects or every role will have a per hour rate, right? So I would like to share that part also. So along with yoga postures along with some Google Cloud products. So let's get started. So the first one which I would say is Pranayama, so which is a place agnostic yoga. So that's what I would say. So where you can sit in a place where you have a comfortable place like a sofa, or if you don't have a place, or maybe more than sofa, I would say sitting on the yoga mat is going to be the best choice. So on the floor, on the chair, in the car, in the flight, anywhere, wherever you get, you should be in a position to do this, right? So it's completely place agnostic. So all you need to have is just a place to sit. So and you should be able to do this. And there are different ways of doing pranayama. So I showed one of the options. And just a quick disclaimer: I'm not something like a yoga expert. So I do some yoga. So to keep myself healthy to some extent. So on the similar lines, what could be the product which I can position here is something like cloud agnostic solution. So whenever I propose any solution to clients, so if they are expecting to have a cloud agnostic solution, Kubernetes or the GKE, which is a managed version of Kubernetes, is what I propose. So that way it can work in on-premise, Google Cloud, AWS, Azure, Alibaba Cloud. So anywhere it can work. So basically a cloud agnostic solution, something very similar to Pranayam. So moving on to the rate card of this is going to be the most interesting part. So based on few stuffs, and this is something which I have seen and I have also experienced in my own career. So as a Kubernetes consultant, so what I have seen is the per hour rate card is in the range of $80 to $86. So that is what I have seen and I've also experienced. So that's on the first part. So moving on to the next stuff, Chakrasana. So where it gives you a kind of elasticity, like how can you be more flexible. And for a human, most of us working in the IT sector, so the back, the spinal cord is going to be very important. So how flexible we can keep it, what could be the good postures which you can use, that could play a major role for a long run, right? So the elasticity is very, very important. Similarly, on the lines, when I talk about Google Cloud, so the elasticity of data. Now everybody knows the current era is completely data driven, and because of data driven stuff only we have lots of AI stuff, right? So without data there's nothing. So if you have to keep huge amount of data, something like in petabytes to hexabytes, in that range, some of the solutions which you can easily handle is, or which you can use in Google Cloud, is like data lake and data warehouse. So if it's data lake, Google Cloud Storage is an awesome tool which you can use, or service which you can use. Data warehouse, where basically BigQuery is a completely an enterprise data warehouse, you can easily scale up to petabytes of information. So that's one thing which you can think of. So as a person who's going to work heavily on Google Cloud Storage and BigQuery, who is going to be that? Data. So data engineer. So what I have seen as a data engineer, so the per hour rate card which usually I have seen is around $70 to $80, right? So moving on to the last pose, which is usually called as the king of asanas, Shirasana, where you stand upside down. Still you will be in a position to balance. So it's going to definitely have a good blood circulation. It's going to relieve your eyes, so good circulations to the blood circulation, which is going to make it the eyes, all those things. And also there's a balance required, right? So meaning even if something happens you should not be in a position to fall. So a robust architecture, good circulation or good flow the flow of the architecture, all those things comes means what? It has to be definitely a architect, right, who's going to do that. So the key part for an architect is going to be how the resource hierarchy is going to be created, the landing zone, those are all going to be important, right? So, and also upside down, when I basically say, it could be easily related with the resource hierarchy. So how basically in Google, what's the one which is going to be charged? Not the organization node, not the folder. What is going to be charged is the one which is the bottom. So that's the project and the resource inside the project. So project itself will not be billable, but resources inside the project is what is going to be billable. So if I were to do it, so the brain is the one which is going to be very important for us to have a billability, right? So if you have knowledge on a specific service, will have a better rate card. So to do all those things, a proper flow diagram, landing zone, all those things, who can do that better? So it's none other than a cloud architect. So what I have seen is, for cloud architects, the per hour rate is in the range of $75 to $100. So that's what I would say. And I have experienced this, as I mentioned. So these are all based on what I have seen in my experience. I've tried to share it, so that gives you an idea what is the, at least the current trend in the market. So that's the video which I wanted to share today. So I would like to end it with a small quote. So stay healthy with yoga and wealthy with the cloud technologies. So specifically, I would say, exaggerate and say, stay healthy with Google Cloud is what I would say. So healthy with yoga and wealthy with Google Cloud is what I would say. So thanks for watching. Do let me know your comments and feedbacks in the comments section. Thank you.